Guys, I wasn't going. I was about to go for my bike ride, and this popped up on my timeline. So I want to be clear that this is not an attack against Kate, because I've said on this page, I do not condone hate trolling. I am not going to sink to that level. But I feel, if you guys remember, those of you who remember, last year around this time, the world was wondering what happened to Kate Middleton. We hadn't seen her, we hadn't heard from her before her pre-cancer announcement. And we were wondering what's happened. And for those of you who thought we were trolling Kate, I'll be honest, I was laughing when I saw those. It was nice for Kensington, for a different member of the royal family to actually experience the online persecution that the British media subject Meghan Sussex to. It was all done in good fun, and it wasn't even anywhere near the vitriol, the daily vitriol the Duchess gets, that I really believe puts her life in danger. It was just the internet having a laugh on her expense, which I'm sorry to say, if you're a public figure, it will happen. It didn't feel insidious to me. It just felt like, ha ha ha, Kate is missing, she got a BBL. But of course, the British press turned it into a whole dramatic thing. They first of all blamed the Squaddies, and I'm like, you must have a very high opinion of the Squaddies if you think we were the only ones behind the trolling. This is the first time I've actually seen people in the outside world, genuinely pay attention to Kate since her wedding, which is an insult to her in itself. But if the British, like I said, if the British press were doing their work and actually holding the working royals to account, we would actually be hearing more from Kate in terms of her work and not just how she looks. I digress. Anyway, it's interesting on People magazine, because one thing we've all observed with our Squaddies and people who are honest with ourselves, every time Meghan does something, they are watching closely, despite the fact that they like to pretend that they are not, or they are dragging her for just breathing air. So it's interesting. Meghan got her own one-page spread, but at least we know why she got this. The magazine spread, it was to promote not only the successful With Love Meghan lifestyle show, her upcoming brand, and her future podcast. We actually saw what she was doing it for. So now they've given Kate Middleton her own front page spread, because God forbid Meghan get everything Meghan does, Kate is copying. Let's read what they have for the do nothing, do little Duchess. Kate Middleton reclaims her royal role. She has an inner steel about what she wants. Now, guys, I'm not trying to troll here. As I said, if I want to compare it to Meghan's spread was an advertisement for her upcoming lifestyle show, her podcast, and her brand. Let me see what I'm hoping in this article we will actually get to hear about any future projects as a member of the working royals Kate is going to be doing. 1 year after revealing her cancer diagnosis, Princess Kate steps into the spotlight with renewed strength, purpose, and an unshakable bond with Prince William. Okay. A picture of her in that red dress because, I guess. All right. Kate Middleton has reset her royal role upon her return to public duties 1 year after revealing her cancer diagnosis. On Jan 14th, the Princess of Wales announced that her cancer is in remission, and her recent engagements, from visiting a children's hospice to advancing her early childhood development initiatives, have reflected a deepened commitment to her royal work. Let me pause. So this, for those of you who were not aware, Kate went to a children's hospice, which, from what I was told, and guys, please correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry, actually, no, sorry. I missed something. Look at the date. Yeah, don't forget that Duchess Meghan's show was supposed to come out in January, I think, around that time, and they arranged engagements for Kate to coincide with Meghan's show, hoping to take attention of it. But then the tragedy of the LA fires got Meghan's show moved to March. And because these people don't work, I'm sure they couldn't find any activity to fix, because they had already created activities for January, and apparently Kate and William only work once a quarter. They couldn't find any activity for her to do that would coincide with Meghan's show. Maybe it would have been too obvious at that point. Or maybe that's what the Commonwealth celebration on March 10th was supposed to be. But I don't know. Things like that are booked well in advance, so I'm not going to be a conspiracy theorist. Anyway, the reason I bring up this event is I thought in January she was visiting a hospital that she received her cancer treatment in. That's why I was very confused, because I was told that Charles and Kate were using the exact same hospital. So now they are saying it's a children's hospice. Are you guys seeing what I'm... Okay, anyway. I'll leave it for those of you that are Kate Middleton watchers to clarify. I'm sure you will in my comments. And to advancing her early childhood initiatives. Good. Okay, Kate. I look forward to reading, as we continue down this article, what exactly you are doing with these initiatives. In fact, Kate 43 has surprised many palace insiders with her approach to royal duty. While some speculated that her public appearances would remain limited. And just to remind you guys, the people on GB News, the Sun, British media was reminding us that she's going to get back to work, but it will be limited because, she's still feeling weak from her cancer treatment. Right. Okay. Cool. All right. I'm just giving you the information that I have, guys. I'm not saying anything. Sorry, let me go back to what I was saying. In fact, K43 has surprised many palace insiders with her approach to royal duty. While some speculated that her public appearances would remain limited and largely alongside Prince William 42, she defied expectations with a string of solo engagements early this year. Good, okay. Tell us about the engagement. She is the MVP of the royal family. Okay. And no one knew she was going to come back, says royal historian Amanda Foreman. Adds royal expert and biographer Ingrid Seward. Oh my God. For those of you who don't know, Ingrid, I like bringing this up because it's very important. Just before the Oprah interview, two pranksters on YouTube created a fake company, invited people, royal commentators. Guys, what did we say on this channel? These are not real jobs. Royal gossipers to come and give feedback on the interview a day before the interview. And they did tell them at multiple times during this prank that not only has the interview not aired when they are giving their commentary, but they were going to be giving them talking points. And guys, the talking points got so ridiculous. They started with saying that Meghan says she hates animals or something like that. And I am not joking. I am not joking, guys. The royal commentators were responding to the stupid commentary they were giving them. I'll try and find the video and post it in the description for those of you who haven't seen it before. Ingrid Seward, because she's thirsty for that £30 appearance fee, was one of the idiots that embarrassed herself on that platform. So it's interesting that People magazine decided to get comment from her. But well, like I said, when it comes to the royal family, shame has no limits. Let me continue with her commentary. It takes time to feel comfortable and do things your way without always worrying. There's also been a shift in how she wants to be perceived. I want to remind everybody that this woman is going to be your future queen. She has been in the royal family for almost 14 years with nothing, not one thing to her name, besides the early years initiatives, guys. But like I said, I'm jumping the gun. Maybe as we read the article, we'll finally hear about the initiatives. Sorry, guys. There's been a shift in how she wants to be perceived. Just weeks after sharing news of her remission, reports surfaced that Kensington Palace will no longer consistently share details about her outfits for official engagements. That decision underscores Kate's evolving public image, one of quiet confidence, resilience, and relatability. Yeah. Which is why the only thing people could think of to talk about during your appearance during the Commonwealth event, which was last week, was your red dress. And people also knew what you were going to wear. And I think it was Chris Shipp or somebody else, a spokesperson from Kensington Palace, actually came out and said, well, that wasn't really true. Kate never actually said she wasn't going to share her clothing information with you. But I can't remember. They tried to remix it in a way, and I thought, oh my goodness. But to be fair, I understand it though. Kate isn't known for anything else but her clothes. So if they're not sharing anything about her clothes, Not to be shady, what else is there to share? No offense. Right. So let me continue with what I was saying. She has an inner steel about what she wants and a drive that will be reflected in what she does and what she wears. So, oh, I'm sorry. You see, this is why commenting before I finish talking is not always good. They just said here that they wanted to shift the focus from her clothes, right? And in the very next sentence, she has an inner steel about what she wants and a drive that will be reflected in what she does and wears. You've just contradicted yourself. The person that wrote this article, you're aware, right? Anyway, adds Foreman, she is staying on message and is projecting this mature image, a restrained elegance. They are literally contradicting themselves. But Kate is also managing the growing expectations tied to her future role as queen. Aha! Finally, her work. A responsibility that now feels more pressing than ever. At the same time, she is balancing this intensity by prioritizing her health and young family with William. The palace continues to exercise caution, announcing her appearances closer to the time and emphasizing that her recovery remains her top priority. Let me remix this. Basically, they're only because they're trying to compete with Meghan, they will only be releasing schedules of her performance when they know when Meghan's things are going to happen, so that they can schedule it close to it. That's more or less what this is saying. If you don't believe me, please feel free to comment in my comments, because I'm sure her fans will. She has been very good at managing expectations, and it's wise for her to downplay it a bit, because when she does more than people anticipated, it has a greater impact. Please give me an example. Guys, please give me an example. I don't know of any example. Kate fans, in the chat, please tell me one time that Kate, in the period that she, let me be kind, since March last year till now, please give me an example of when she has done more than we anticipated. I just need one. Just give me one example. This is a royal biographer, Sally Bedell Smith, whose Substack. So they got someone from Substack to come out. I'm not shading Substack. I'm just saying this is Substack. Provides an insider's perspective on the royal family. It's evidence that she is feeling closer to 100% than anyone would have thought at this stage. Am I wrong in saying Kate said that she had pre-cancer? She did not actually have cancer, unlike her father-in-law. And I have seen her father. If her father-in-law is now a DJ on Apple, and he has prostate cancer. Let me keep on reading. Foreman believes Kate is redefining her role in real time. Okay. She's making her outings more meaningful in a way that had never been before, says Foreman, and she's ahead of the curve, creating a meaningful moment other than the Instagrammable moment. Aha! There it is. There is the shade, y'all. I knew they were going to pull Meghan into this one way or another, because this is obviously this is, I think, the second Meghan shade they've thrown here, or trying to throw, because I don't understand the problem. Meghan is using Instagram to market herself and her business on her terms. But because we don't see or hear from Kate on Instagram or otherwise, they are trying to throw. Now, apparently, Kate not doing anything and not being visible is a good thing, guys. It's a good thing that our future queen does not work and doesn't have any actual achievements for us to talk about. The other woman who is becoming an entrepreneur and a founder and actually conforming to what a lot of millennial women can relate to. Oh, that's a bad thing now. I have to pause at the BS. Do you see these people? Anyway, through it all, William has remained by his wife's side as a steady source of strength. Sure, there is a sense of protectiveness and partnership. Okay, then why am I hearing stories that they no longer live in the same? Do you know what? This is not a gossip site. I don't know the tea. Those of you that know the tea, please tell me in the chat. As Seward, they are in a different phase of their life now. All eyes were on Kate as she stepped into Westminster Abbey on March 10 with William by her side. The occasion was the annual Commonwealth Day service, marked a significant return for the princess, who missed last year's event while undergoing cancer treatment. They keep rubbing the cancer treatment in, just so that you don't forget, guys. The reason why you don't see or hear from Kate, or she doesn't have any achievements we can speak of, is because last year they identified pre-cancer following a surgery. What that means is they removed maybe a growth or something from her body found precancer cells and gave her cancer treatment. Congratulations, Kate. I keep on saying that Kate is the first person I've ever heard of who's received cancer treatment without actually having cancer. But hey, that's me. Kate feels enveloped by the love people have for her, and that gives her extra confidence, says Stewart. Dressed in a for those of you who may have missed it because of the way I talk, I know my accent is now. Did they not 2 or 3 paragraphs ago say that Kate does not want to be known for wants to be known for clothes? In the same article, 2 paragraphs later, dressed in a striking Catherine Walker and Co coat dress, a rewear from her royal wardrobe, Kate exuded a newfound strength. Her familiar chestnut hair cascaded beneath a Gina Foster hat, but it was the bold hue that spoke volumes. The color was incredibly significant. You only wear red when you're feeling confident. And it says she's back. According to Lorraine, it says she was wearing red. She was wearing red for Canada. So which is it? Is she wearing red for Canada or is she wearing red for confidence? Oh, right. Sorry, Kate does not talk. These clowns speak for her. Right. Okay. Adds Elsa Anderson, former press secretary to the late Queen. She looked the best I've ever seen her. Really? To me, that's rude, but well, anyway. Since she has been slowly resuming her royal duties, maybe she was reflecting on where she was last year, where she is now, and the journey she has been on. For many royal watchers, it was a striking contrast to Kate nearly a year ago when she shared her cancer treatment on the 22nd of March in an emotional video filmed at Windsor. Everybody has an image in their head about her looking quite wan and revealing something very personal and very worrying. Looking at her so animated was an utter 180-degree turnaround. Together again, William and Kate enjoyed a light-hearted afternoon watching Wales take on England in rugby March 15. Kate made a meaningful solo appearance on March 17 to fulfill the annual tradition of handling St. Patrick's Day shamrocks to the Irish Guards, for which she serves as an honorary colonel. The moment was particularly poignant, of course it was, as she had been forced to miss the engagement last year while recovering from abdominal surgery in January. Days after last year's parade, she announced she was receiving treatment for cancer. The repeated reminder about cancer, guys. Okay, occasions like these are now being especially cherished, says royal reporter Robert Hardman. This is definitely a feeling of resetting the dial, of being back, adds Elsa Anderson, former press secretary to the late Queen. Fast forward and what a difference a year makes. She's even more beloved in our nation's hearts than she ever was. Guys, maybe I missed it. Did you get any updates on the work she's going to be doing with the early years? Because I must have missed it. Did you get any update on any work Kate is going to be doing for the next few months? Hell, even next week. What was the point of this article now? Did we learn anything new about her work? I don't care about her health. Her health is private to her. I'm interested in her work. So what was the point of this article? Kate, your PR team. Let me ask your PR team. What was the point of this article? Kate fans, what was the point of this article? Taz, Kinsey Big Back, what was the point of this article? Toadying nonsense. We didn't get any new information. In my opinion, they dragged her without intending to with this clothes thing by saying that she wants to be known by her work. What work? The clothes thing you're talking about, the only thing they could think of bringing up, even after saying that they were not going to be bringing it up again, that's the only thing that I learned. Because apparently, for those of you who care about her clothes, now you have the full breakdown. If you didn't already get it from Lorraine or Daily Mail Royals or any of the toadying press this woman gets for doing fuck all. Now, for those of you that are saying, you're trolling Kate, you said you don't troll people. I'm not trolling. I'm trolling the press. This woman does not work. Her husband collects on at least 20 to 50 million pounds a year. She has been on 2 holidays that we know of between January and March. We don't know any work she's done this year. They keep on bringing her early years initiative. I was actually going to give her some grace and say maybe this pointless article was going to talk about her early years work. Nada. Is this your queen, ladies and gentlemen? This is your future queen, a millennial queen. Kate is in her early 40s, 43. Meghan, I think, Meghan is older than her. Let me recap for those of you, because I know many of you like comparing Meghan to Harry. Meghan stays at home with 2 children. She doesn't have the type of resources, because even though Meghan and Harry are rich, and let's not make any bones about it, they are wealthy. They don't have the type of taxpayer-funded resources these guys have. They don't have multiple nannies watching their kids. They don't have the luxury of the state paying for their kids to go to private schools. They don't have the luxury of the state funding their security. So Kate doesn't have anything to worry about. Kate, what do you do for work? Is anybody in the British press going to tell us what Kate does for a living, instead of wasting our time following every move that Meghan makes? Meghan is building a business. I admire her deeply. Deeply. Your future queen is wearing a dress? Ponder on that. Guys, please feel free to put your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget, we are not going after Kate. We are calling out the British press refusing to hold the working royals accountable. You are copying Meghan in every way, but actually doing something tangible. And frankly, Kate, as a person, since they are telling us now that you have a new resolve and renewed strength, how are you enjoying this coverage? You have a daughter. Are you happy with this? While your sister wife, so I keep calling her sister wife, they're not married to the same man. While your in-law is out here becoming a founder, building a business, doing something that is bloody incredible and resilient and teaching us something new, you are being protected by a machinery that celebrates mediocrity. And if I were you, since you are the mother of a daughter, I would ask myself why are these people so determined to keep me as a toddler, as a doll, as a clothes hanger? Is this beneficial to me, or do you simply not care? Guys, please like, subscribe. Please tell me your thoughts. The British press is trying my patience with this. Thanks.